Chris, Gary Hooper came off against Manchester United. How is he?
At the moment he's fine. Yeah. Yes, it was a concern, of course, at the time, and that's why we had to take the precaution that we did. The last thing we wanted was of course Gary to be out for a period of time. So he's come in yesterday, better today, better still, and we're hopeful and expecting him to train tomorrow.
How are the lads generally, fitness-wise, in the middle of this hectic period?
Well, I think after a real disappointing Boxing Day, the players recouped, and I thought the level of performance against Manchester United was very good. Unfortunately, we weren't able to put chances that we had in that first half away, and of course make it a real good result for us. So I think there's the two sides of it. A real disappointment that we haven't won the two games over the Christmas period. A decent feeling because we were on the back of a good performance against Manchester United, but ultimately it's about getting the points, and we certainly need to start picking up some now.
Yeah, we spoke to Bradley Johnson before, and he says there is a confidence in the players after that performance against Man United. Is that something you've noticed too?
Yes, I mean they're a good group anyway, and they're quite a spirited group. And I think you generally know when the players are a little bit down or a little bit disappointed. There was generally a feeling of disappointment in the change room afterwards, because I think they realised what it could have been and perhaps what it should have been. But ultimately, it's about putting the ball in the back of the net, and Manchester United were able to do that, and we weren't. So, but I think that the general feeling is it was a good enough performance that we need to make sure and take on.
We of course beat Crystal Palace in Tony Pulis' first game in charge, but since then they've generally done pretty well, haven't they?
Yes, they have, and I think you expect that anyway. I think everybody at this moment in this division is very competitive. And of course, they're not the only team, around the era that are competitive. There isn't anybody really that's detached from the rest of the group as such, and we're in a position that's one win or one defeat either way can make such a difference, and we've got to make sure that it's wins more so than defeats.
We're at the halfway stage now, Chris, in the season. When you take a step back and look at it from a wider perspective, how do you assess the first half of the campaign?
Areas that I've been quite pleased with. Of course, sometimes it takes time to bed in new players, and the players, of course, that we brought in. But certainly, I would prefer at this stage of the season to be in a more comfortable position in the league. Some of that has been out of our control because it's been a real competitive division. But I'd certainly prefer to be in a more comfortable position. But we have plenty more games, and we have a good opportunity to do that, starting, of course, on Wednesday.